Eighth take, one take. All right. So for you to fix Halo Infinite's frame rate issue on Linux and/or on Windows, to improve it on Windows as well, but to fix it on Linux, you're going to need to right-click Halo Infinite, go to Properties. You're going to need to go to DLC. Now here's where you can see the multiplayer high-res textures. You don't need them. The game actually looks better without them. Uncheck that. And then your game should reload, do its little thing, and then you should have better frame rates. You can take it from there if you want to. Now, for the Linux users, what I do is I run GE Proton 8-25. Now, I've noticed a better input lag, especially with mouse movements, with the GE Proton version. Now, to get that, you're going to need to install Proton up. Now, how to do that on your distro, it's different for every distro. I go to the pop shop, I type in Proton. It's one of the first things that pops up. So after you install Proton up -qt, you're going to run that. Once it is up, you're going to go down to the bottom left, click add version. GE Proton should be the first thing that's selected. If not, select GE Proton, go to version, the latest version is what I selected. So it's the 8-25. Select it, install, let it do its thing. Once it's done installing, you're going to need to restart Steam. After you restart Steam, go back in, right click, go to properties, then select compatibility, and then force the compatibility tool. And then select the drop down. You should see GE Proton there after you restart. Select it. You should see improved input lag for your mouse, especially. Your keyboard, I don't really notice it that much. But for your mouse, you should see a difference, especially if you run a high frame rate monitor. Now, here's where we get into the weeds of things. Now, you're going to need to change the settings file of this game. Now, to do that, as you see here, you're going to need to search for this file in your home directory, because Steam installs the game in one section of your hard drive and the other important stuff in another section. So to find this file, what you can do is go to your home directory and then just search for it. So as you see here, it's SpecControlSettings.json. I will have the exact name in the description. So all you have to do is just copy it, paste it in the search. You should be fine. But for your other users that like to mess with the file structure, here's what you can do. You can go to this. So this is the string. So it's your home username .steam, Debian installation, Steam apps, Comptia, or Compa, however you say that, and your Halo Infinite game code. Halo Infinite game code is 12404440. PFX, Drive C, users, Steam users, app data, local, Halo Infinite, and then settings. Once you're in that, you should see this folder. Now you won't see this because this is the original here that I've copied, or basically the fixed version that I have that I can just copy in whenever I want. But once you go into there, double click on it. It should bring up a text editor. If you don't have one, install one. I would hope Linux users would know what a text editor is. You should have one with default with any Linux distribution. Now Windows, I believe you can right click and then open with Notepad. and you should see something similar to this, right? So with Notepad, I can show you what to do after if you've done editing. Go to File, save, and it should just save the folder, save the file. Now for your Linux users, it's going to be a little bit easier. So as you see here, display resolution, X value, Y value. Don't recommend changing this. If you change this, it's going to become a box. Don't recommend doing that. Your resolution scale, you can change this to a lower number than 54. 54 is the lowest you can do. Don't recommend going anything lower than that. If you do, game's going to look blurry, very blurry. So don't change that. Just change it to 54 is the lowest for your resolution scale. Now, what I would recommend doing is come down to here. Spec control minimum frame rate, right? I would recommend setting it to the refresh rate of your monitor. If you have anything under 144 hertz, it's not really necessary. I would recommend turning that off. And I'll show you how to do that in game as well. But yeah, leave that value at 144, or if you have anything higher than that, change it to the frame rate of your monitor. And then the target frame rate, 960 means that it's turned off in game. That's the highest the game will ever go. I turned off VSync. Now it is set in binary, so 1 is on, 0 is off. So the value here, you're going to need to change that. So change it from a 1 to a 0. So HDR, I've turned that off, as well as async compute, I turn that off as well. Now, if we scroll down here, you'll see a crap ton of settings here. The ones that I changed in here, scroll up. Now, HDR max nits, I turn that off. I don't use HDR, especially for a game like this. You're playing multiplayer. Who uses HDR in multiplayer? Y'all are insane. Sharpening, I change that to 15. You can change that in the game. I'll show you how to do that. But that 144 is pretty much all you really need to change. And those async computes, I don't ask me what it does. I have no idea. Motion blur, you're gonna need to turn that off. You can just do all of this in here without messing with the settings. Now there is a few other things that I would recommend changing as well. Here we go. Text chat enabled. I turn that off because Halo Infinite has one of the worst communities. The goblins. Moving on. All right. So that's pretty much all you really have to change in here. You can scroll through these settings and see what you want to turn off. Turn it off. Once you're done, hit save. Right, and then saving file down here. It'll save. Once that's done, you should be good to go. Now for your Windows users, again, for Notepad, click on File, Save. Once that's done, close out of it and hit play. Now, fair warning, I had to change the video files for this game for it to load properly. So the first, and I did it in the best way possible. I did it with a meme. So you're going to see an interesting video play.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Thank you. It's to remind me to stop playing this game. I should be doing work. So as you can see here, the video did not play, the loading screen. So you actually delete that file when you go to browse local files, go to videos, and then delete the startup sequence loading. Delete that file, and in Linux, it should load up fine. The video is actually right up there in the little card thing. And it loads up fine. So let me show you from here on how well it plays after you do that. All right, so as you can see here, 160 frame rate on a 2070 on Linux. I would say that's pretty good. All right, so go to settings, video. I change it to 120. That's just me because I'm insane. Normally people like to do it at 100 or 90, whatever. I like to do it at max settings. Give me the biggest view possible. A resolution scale, here's where I said it only goes to 54%, right? You can change it lower. Don't recommend doing that. It normally is set at your resolution, which is, 2560 by 1440, which is mine. Sometimes you get 1080p for some of your monitors. If you want to change it, it'll increase your frame rate, but it also will make your game a little bit blurry. I'll show you what I mean when we get into the gameplay. Minimum frame rate here, as you can see, it now says 144. The max is 100. You can't change it higher than 100 in game. You would have to go through the .json file to change that. If you are getting high frame rates after removing the high res textures and then changing the settings in game, you don't necessarily have to go through the JSON file. Minimum frame rate or maximum frame rate, I choose that unlocked. I turn off VSync. I don't need it. Limit inactive frame rate. I turn that off. And basically I set all the settings to low. So, and then here's where you can change your sensory. So turn off blur, turn off screen shake, exposure, screen effects, speed lines, turn all of that off. Sharpening set to 15%. Now for the other settings, turn off text chat, and turn off tutorials. Your frame rate will actually improve for that as well. I leave these on for you guys, for you to see. You can turn these on if you want to. Now, enemy UI color, I change it to yellow. And there's very few things in the maps that are yellow. And then friendly, I change it to mint. And then fire team marker, I leave it at the same. I don't think I changed that. I probably did. I changed it to red. So basically, very bright colors. Highly recommend doing. Now, here's also what you need to turn off. UI visualization effects. Turn off chromatic aberration. Turn then off bloom and then parallax as well. Turn those off. Now, as you scroll down here, you will see weapon offset. Here's a fun one. So basically, you can choose each weapon class, right? So for melee, now here's the horizontal offset. So think of it as this is the middle of the screen, right? So that little arrow there is the middle of the screen. So you're basically turning it to 100%. So you're basically moving it here. And then vertical offset, you're moving it down for negative, right? So negative, and then for the depth offset, you're going to bring it back. So basically, you get it out of your field of view. And I do that for each one of the weapon class. Highly recommend doing that. You can customize it however you want. You can literally make it in the middle of the screen if you want to, for whatever reason. That's basically it. That's all you have to do. Now I'm going to show you some gameplay. I like to play Super Fiesta because I have ADHD and it's fun. So I'm gonna show you what a gameplay looks like. Hopefully I don't suck. Guys, watch any like funny meme videos? Was this funny? Let me know in the comments. Because I love that you can mess with the videos when it loads up. You can even mess with the loading screen if you're on Windows. If it just loads fine for you, you can mess with that. Please post in the comments down below on your video submissions. I don't know how to do video submissions. Just post your link to your video, please. I would love to see it. I would love to see what you guys create. Here we go.
Fiesta.
Oh, I also turned off music. That's why it's boring. See, as you can see here, the game actually looks better to me when you turn off the high-res textures. But as you can see, we're getting 145 frames per second.
Kill everything that moves
And you pretty much get that on every map. Now, I think the lowest that it's gone on a map consistently is 90 FPS.
Plasma donation
Gotcha.
successful.
So as you can see, it's a little bit blurry.
Hostile stopped.
Just gonna use this weapon.
Shields. What shields?
Who am I playing against? Damn, that hits like a train. Yep. Nice shot. So as you can see, it's kind of blurry. That's why I use yellow. Yeah, skip that. That didn't happen. You didn't see that. Nope. Nope. I'll deny it forever. You didn't see that. That was not. Nope. I blame lag.
Ooh, impressive death friend.
Gains the lead.
Yep, I was double teamed. All right. Ooh. Odd. We already got people leaving.
Skewered.
Get him. Oh. See, this is why I changed things to yellow. You can. Oh, you lucky bastard. Nice shot. Oh my god. I'm telling you, I'm not this terrible. It's the jacket. It's legitimately the jacket.
Sniper got him.
I can make excuses all day, but
Another one of
there's really much nothing you could do about that. We are losing quite heavily.
Very impressive kill, Spartan.
Oh,
Enemy halfway to victory.
there's not really much I can do with friendly, is that that should have hit. Okay. Oh, he's got.
Don't forget to vent.
Yeah, when they run like that, you need a charge.
Gosh, that's an intimidating weapon.
That's what I love about Halo is it's like playing chess. Right? When's the best time you can advance? Yeah, there's nothing really I could do about that one. I didn't see him down there. Miss both sticks. Yeah, I'm playing on PC. Yes, I suck. Thank you. Appreciate you. But all in all, this game actually doesn't look too bad.
5 minutes remaining.
That thing outperformed a BR. Yeah, we're playing against good people. And I should be doing better.
Enemy team nearing victory.
They're seeing pink now.
Nice. Alright, we're only 13 down. I think we can make up for that. No. I wish I would have went for the first pick I did, but unfortunately I messed up.
Somebody saw
Ooh,
that.
hoo, 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 there we go. He should have pushed. Yep, see? should have pushed in the beginning, though.
Defeat.
Yeah, there was no winning that. Even my terrible playing. But that's basically it. This is how it looks now, and you get, 144 frames on pretty much every map. There's 90 frames here and there on certain maps, but all in all, it plays all right. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. If I missed anything, let me know. This should fix your issue on Linux and or on Windows. Have a good one.